Hello everyone, my name is Mick, and today I'll be showcasing the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Old patch. So I'm running this game on September 19th, 2020, so some strats you see in this run might be a little bit different in the future. And we also use an auto hotkey in this game, so basically that does all the button mashing through cutscenes for us. And to know when it's on, you can look at the top left of the game window when the words auto appear, that means it's being used. Yeah, so without further ado, we'll just get started. So we're going to play on Just a Story here, which is the easiest difficulty. And off we go. So we got this cinematic cutscene here at the very opening. We're just going to spam space at the right time to skip it. Then now we have Kara Morton here. We got this little section of movement here, and then we got another 30 seconds of cutscenes. This section is pretty easy. Got to roll down these stairs. So yeah, so if you're wondering, the reason why we use the auto hotkey is again to mash through cutscenes, but It's really helped turn this category from more of a button mashing category to having good movement and good optimizations and stuff like that. So it's helped a lot, and it's helped a lot of new runners as well get into this game. Because 2 or 3 hours of button mashing is not fun at all. It's really straining on your hands. Anyway, so we just met Vesemir there. He's going to be leading us through most of the game, especially this section here, White Orchard. So we're supposed to kill the ghouls there, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to start riding over to the bridge here, and the quest is going to update. So as we ride over to the bridge here, we're just going to talk about the game a little bit. So the whole premise is we do tasks for certain people, and in exchange for that, we get some information. So in White Orchard here, we're going to be trying to find information about Yennefer, which is Geralt's wife. So we just save this guy from certain death from a griffin. And he tells us to go over to the tavern in White Orchard here to get some more information. So again, we're trying to find information about Yennefer in this first White Orchard section here. And later on, we'll be finding information about Ciri, but we'll talk about that later on when we get to that part. So here we're going to be talking to the innkeep here. Again, with the auto hotkey, we can get some match through these cutscenes real quick. But now we're going to be talking to Gonto Odim, and if you played the Hearts of Stone DLC, you might know who he is, but this is the only instance where we're going to be talking to him in this run. And now we got this little fight up here. I'm going to try to do a setup here to try and one-tap both of these guys. It doesn't always work, but we'll see. I got one of them. There we go. 2 of them. That's about average. Sometimes those guys can be very, very annoying, and they just block your attacks. That was pretty good, though. Now we're going to be heading over to the Nilfgaardian garrison up here. So again, we're going to be talking to the Nilfgaardian garrison up here, and he's going to give us information, but in exchange for that we have to do a task for him. So we actually have to kill the griffin in White Orchard here, and we need to grab Buckthorn to kill the griffin. So since it's on the way, we're going to grab the Buckthorn right now. It's very, very convenient that it's right here. There we go. Then we're gonna go back over to the Roach and hop on Roach. So I positioned Roach there in a specific way, so once I'm done swimming, I can just immediately hop on Roach instead of having to wait for Geralt's long animation. Just like that. Now we're gonna be heading over to a place of power. Let's see, I'm gonna look at my minimap here, seeing if there's any wolves. Looks like we're good. Not gonna get into combat. So this is an RPG, so there's you grab like places of power and stuff to gain skill points, and also when you level up you gain skill points, and then you can use those skill points to increase Geralt's stats. So you'll be seeing that later on. Anyway, we're just gonna be riding through this little swamp here. Actually, I'm in combat. I don't want to be in combat, but that's okay. Just wait. So wait till Geralt gets out of combat here, and we're gonna head up the back of the garrison here to skip a couple cutscenes. So here we go. There you go, first try. Nice. Yeah, so the reason, again, we go behind the garrison there, it's just to skip a couple cutscenes, which we would normally have to watch if we went through the main part. So, that's good. And up here, we did another little trick here. We want to try to fast travel with the signpost before the cutscene. That's good too. I'm going to turn. Okay, I was trying to manipulate Roach's RNG here. Try to get her to spawn in a specific spot, but unfortunately I didn't get that. So okay, I didn't mention this yet, but we're not going to be using Roach for the whole run. We're going to be using Roach throughout White Orchard. So might as well talk a little bit about his RNG, or her RNG, I'm sorry. So basically, Roach will always, most of the time, she'll spawn behind you. Wherever you're looking, she'll spawn behind you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes Roach likes to be annoying and not do that. So again, we can kind of manipulate where she spawns, but not all the time. It's up to her, her RNG. It's not gonna talk about Roach that much. Okay, I did not mean to get back on Roach here. Trying to inspect this Griffin on the ground. There we go. But we're not gonna be talking about Roach that much because we're gonna be abandoning her in about 5 minutes. Actually, a little less than that. So we're gonna be abandoning Roach about like a minute here, so a minute or two. Anyway, we're gonna ride down to the south here. We're gonna teleport back over to the inn here and talk to Vesemir to consolidate and explain what we found. So this is a little neat visual glitch here. We got a flying Roach. I'm gonna hop off here in a specific spot and go talk to Vesemir here. So I got a little glitch here. There we go. That's a little glitch where you can't talk to him for a couple seconds. That's not a big deal though, you just have to wait. I'm gonna try a little skip here. I think I got it, but we'll see. So if you trap Vesemir in the inn area after that cutscene, you can actually teleport Vesemir all the way over to the field without having to wait for him to run over. So let's see if we got it. I believe we did, but we'll check. So I'm equipping some skill points here. Yes, we did get it. Perfect. That saves about 10 seconds, but it's very dependent on where Roach moves during the cutscene. It's pretty much RNG. So we're gonna try to kill the Griffin without him flying up in his first phase here. So far so good. There we go. That was a little close though. He almost flew up. So this is a very important glitch. It's actually the most important glitch in the run, and I will explain this glitch after, as it is pretty technical. So I guess shot my crossbow there. I'm gonna get into position here. I'm gonna do a little save today. Here we go. I went to the game saves in the bottom left. There we go, and I'm gonna reload the save. I'm gonna wait for the game to load here. Yep, and we're gonna say goodbye to Roach and Geralt and say hello to Geralt the Hedgehog here. There we go. And we're gonna finish off the Griffin here. We just finish off Wood Orchard here, and we got a 2-minute long autoscroller coming up, so that's a great time to explain this glitch. So I'm just gonna finish off Wood Orchard here. So we're gonna grab the Griffin's loot here. Perfect. And then we're gonna go over to Vesemir. We're gonna be going back over to the Nilfgaardian garrison, sorry. And then we're gonna be talking to the guy there. We're showing him proof that we killed the Griffin, and in exchange for that, he's gonna give us information on the whereabouts of Yennefer. So here we go. Yep, so we did that. And we're gonna head back over to the signpost here. There we go. And we're gonna be heading into the inn. We got a little fight here, although it is pretty easy. I'm gonna talk to Vesemir one more time and then do this fight. I'm gonna be using Igni here to try to kill as many of these guys as possible. I'm gonna finish them off. There we go. Yep, so now we're going into Vizima here, and this is pretty much an autoscorer. There is a little skip, but I'll talk about that later on. Anyway, so what happened with the Griffin there? I really like to call it the speed glitch. So basically, when you aim your crossbow, we actually equipped a skill that slows the game time by about 50% whenever you aim the crossbow. So you're not supposed to aim the crossbow and the game saves, and saving the game. Sorry. So whenever you aim the crossbow, you're not able to save the game. But we're kind of able to abuse that fact, and when we aim the crossbow and wait. And the game actually autosaves on the Griffin fight there. So the game autosaves and we reload the save there. So when we reload the save, the game gets a little confused, and then whenever you aim the crossbow again, the game still thinks you're running at 100% speed. So whenever you release the crossbow, Geralt's movement speed, or pretty much all of Geralt's animations are increased by 200%. So hopefully that's a good explanation. I'm sorry, I'm not super technical. I don't know the ins and outs of this game. So if you need a bit of explanation, you can ask some people on a Discord server, because some people are a lot better at explaining this than I am. Anyway, so this is Vizima. We basically have to talk to the Chamberlain here. It's pretty much an auto-scroller, although we're going to be doing a little skip right up here. Instead of following him, we're going to be turning right. Let me come in this way. And we're going to be going through an invisible wall here. This wall doesn't have a hitbox. You can try this in current patch 2, it works as well. That wall just doesn't have a hitbox, you can just clip right through. And we're going to wait till the step counter gets to 80, there we go, and then at the Chamberlain is going to teleport over to the door. And that saves about 10 to 15 seconds of waiting for the Chamberlain to walk over very, very slowly. That's actually very useful. Then we're going to be talking to Yennefer here. And this is now the chance we're going to say goodbye to Yennefer, as we're not going to be talking to her for pretty much the rest of the run. I made a mistake. We're not going to be talking to her for pretty much the next hour in the run, so we'll see her at the end of Novigrad. Anyway, so now we're done with Vizima here, and now we're going to be heading over to Velen. There we go. So if you're wondering why the spook glitch was not used there, is because whenever we go to a new world or we gain control of Geralt after we've controlled another character, the spook glitch kind of quote-unquote deactivates itself. So yeah, so to reactivate it we need to have the crossbow and aim with it, but in Vizima we don't have access to the crossbow. But here we do have access to the crossbow, so we're going to hop off Roach, aim my crossbow here, and yeah, there we go. So now we're going to be running over to the next objective, which is actually not the inn at the crossroads. It's actually a town called Heatherton, if I know my lore correctly. So what happened there is there's like a person. So let me just backtrack a bit. So the goal of this game is we're looking for Ciri, trying to save her from the Wild Hunt because she has some special powers. So this guy named Hendrik was also looking for Ciri. So he gathered some leads for us, but unfortunately some bad guys called the Wild Hunt, who are also looking for Ciri to abuse her powers, got to him first and ended up killing him. So we're gonna find out Hendrik's information here, and he's gonna give us some leads to find Ciri. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not the best at explaining the lore, and I'm sorry. So I'm good at making the speed, but I'm not good at explaining stuff. So. Anyways, we just kill those hounds there. We're going to be heading over to this hut here, examining his body. We're going to be going into his cellar here to find his book, where he gives us the leads that we need to follow. So the leads are there's a guy named the Baron, a witch in the woods, and then there are crones in the forest, or in a Quickback bog in the swamp, and then there's someone in Novigrad. So we're going to be doing it in that order, as it is the most optimal. And about routing in this game is actually very linear. There's not that many routing opportunities. There are a couple, and I'll point them out when we get to there, but pretty much the whole entire game is very, very linear. So we're pretty much going to beat the game as intended, just a lot faster than intended. So first thing, we're going to be talking to the Baron, so we're going to be hopping to this cave. We'll be trying to hop up here to avoid a little mini-boss fight here. There we go. Okay, I got the backup. We're going to be hopping up the ladder here. So I did say all of Geralt's animations are sped up, but I was wrong. The correct answer would be most of Geralt's animations are actually sped up. For example, the ladder animation is not sped up, which is kind of annoying because the ladders are very, very slow, and their hitboxes are bad. So yep, this red guy here is the Baron, and his nickname is the Bloody Baron. If you've played the game, you know why his nickname is like that, but I won't explain it. But anyway, we're coming into control of Ciri here. This is the first time we see Ciri, or outside of the prologue, this is the first time we see Ciri. So I'm gonna be playing as her for the next minute or two. So the premise of this section here, we gotta kill a bunch of wolves to try and find our way back home. And we see this girl named Gretka here, and we're going to help her as well. So, I'm pretty bad. I tend to get hit a lot by the wolves. Try to avoid that, but we'll see. There are a lot of wolves in the second section here, so. getting hit a lot here, that's not good. There we go. That was pretty bad, unfortunately. Again, I'm very bad at this section. Tend to get hit a lot. And then we got this third section here. There's not as many wolves as the second section here, but it's still pretty annoying. I do better here. That was weird. I got hit as I was dashing here. I should mention, I like to call this dashing as a reference to one of my favorite games, Celeste. You might have heard of it. But this is kind of her move that she does, and I like to call it dashing. So dashing goes to the cave here. Killing the King of Wolves here. Pretty easy stuff. You can just go behind him, hit him a couple times, and do that. There you go. That's the end of that. Alright, so now we lost control of Siri, we're back with Geralt, so we lose our speed glitch here, so we can equip it like that. Here we're going to grab some loot in this room to override the Baron's dialogue and just skip a couple lines of dialogue. It saves about 10 seconds. We're going to grab this chocolate bar over here, candy bar, sorry, for later use. So by grabbing that loot in that room, it overrides the Baron's dialogue and allows him to open the door a little bit faster than usual. So that allows us to just skip a couple seconds, save a couple seconds overall. And we're just examining some stuff in this room. So we gotta find Tamara and Anna, which is the Baron's wife and daughter here, and see what happened to them in exchange for the Baron giving us this information. And I should mention that we are playing in Japanese, and the reason for that is that it is about 4 seconds faster compared to the English or Polish. I do have English subtitles on, just so I know what's happening. I don't have any audio cues in this run, which is good. Now, what I tried there was called a door boost, so you basically use the door frame of a door to boost yourself over that railing there. You might see that a couple times throughout the run, although it's not used as much in 80% old patch, which is this category here. And I should mention 80% current patch is, as the name implies, the current patch of this game. And that category is about 1 hour longer because this glitch does not exist in 80% current patch, because we're playing on version 1.06, which came out in June of 2015. And then the current patch of this was 1.32, which I don't know the date of that, but this glitch got patched out in 1.07, so that's why. So 80% current patch is more of a normal playthrough of this game. And 80% old patch is basically like current patch, but with this major glitch in the REM. We're going to be killing this bear for a solve here. Pretty easy. There we go. And we're heading over to Princess here. This part is also an auto-scroll. We gotta find Princess, the perilous goat here, whose name is Princess. And we gotta bring her back to him. So we killed the bear there earlier to skip one of the princess's animations. That saves about 10 seconds. Gonna wait for the quest to update here. There we go. And now she's gonna turn around. Now we can go straight for the Baron here. Not for the Baron, for the Peller. Gonna bring her back to his hut. Gotta be a little careful with my routing here, because sometimes the princesses go very slow around some certain trees. Try to take it a little slow here, go the proper way. Here we are. And then I guess I'm gonna finish talking to the Peller here, sorry. And then we're gonna be heading back over to the Baron. So we learned that the Baron actually miscarried. The Baron's wife actually miscarried, and the Baron buried the fetus. So we gotta go find that fetus to find out what happened to the Baron's wife and daughter here. So we're gonna do this, and this is another very important skip in the game. It's called Botchling Skip. And it basically skips this annoying boss fight. Although it is pretty precise. So we'll see what happens here. Here we gotta. Here the game wants us to save some guy from this fire here. That was set by the Baron because he was mad, but we're gonna say no. We're gonna fight the Baron here. It's easy. There we go. So bot swing skip, basically you have the bot swing and there's a stone wall, and then behind that wall there's a wooden wall. So by using R, we're going to try to push the bot swing between the stone wall and the wooden wall, and then the game will get confused and automatically kill the bot swing for us, skipping basically the whole boss fight. So this is a very precise setup. So we're going to equip Art here. Let's see if we get it. This is kind of RNG based, so we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, now I do not have a good angle. So we're going to try doing a little backup here, which is a lot easier. Unfortunately, I didn't get the backup either. We'll try again. You have to have a good angle here, or else it won't work. There we go. First try. Still pretty good. Although I am losing a little bit of time here. So yeah, the once you get into the boss fight, the first quick setup there is actually very difficult. There's like a 50-50 chance the bot string moves towards you or not. So you don't want the bot string to move towards us, so we can actually get into position and use R there. And you have to have the correct placement. The Geralt has to be in the right spot, and you have to have a good the right angle to be able to push the bot string between the walls. And after like the third attempt, it starts to become a lot slower than actually just doing the boss fight normally. It's still worth going for in a run though. There's still a good chance you get it first try. You just have to have the correct angle and the correct position on the map. Anyway, I actually should mention RNG is not a big factor in this run. There are a couple small parts of RNG, but that only like wastes 5-10 seconds. And there's one part of RNG that wastes like 20 or 30 seconds, and we'll talk about that. That's pretty much at the end of the game, so we'll talk about that when we get there. And now we're coming up to these pack of wolves here. We're gonna just use Igni to try to kill both of them, two of them at once. Unfortunately, I missed that. I'm just gonna finish him off with my sword here. There we go. There we go. Good. Parallel actually didn't stop there, so we were able to just keep him moving there. We didn't have to stop and fight the wolves. So that stays a couple seconds. Now we're coming up to the I'm actually blanking on the name here. There we go. It's the Wolfen Glade. Thank you for reminding me. So yeah, so we got another little boss fight here, pretty easy. So we gotta keep these 3 fires lit over here. And then there's 2 parts in this fight where random fire will go out. It's not that difficult, and I'll point out when it is. So. Yeah, so the first fire that's going to go out is always going to be the leftmost fire at the beginning of the fight, so we always know that. There we go. We can just use an igniter to light the fire. We gotta fight these waves. It is pretty easy. I might get hit a couple times, but I shouldn't die here. If I die here, I'm just bad. Alright, this is the line of dialogue where one of the fires might go out. Position myself there. Okay, it is the middle fire. Okay, that wasn't bad. Just trying to position myself there so I can see all 3 fires at once, but still being as close as possible to all of them. Yeah, some more ways here. I'm actually not going to go out of the area and fight them, because if I go too far out of the arena, I will actually die for some reason. Oh, this is the second line of dialogue too, where the fire will go out. Alright. Alright, it was actually that fire. But we were able to get it. That's the end of that fight. I'm going to be talking to Wojtek here and trying to find more information about the Baron's wife and daughter. Actually, it was not a bad fight. It was a little slow because I couldn't light that last fire, but I was able to get the backup there. So, anyway, just making our way over to Wojtek here. I'm going to be talking to him. That's going to be the end of the Baron for now. We'll talk to him later on in the run, but not now. I'm trying to get in this door. There we go. Yep, so we're done with the first lead here. We talked to the Baron and got information from him. we won't be talking to the Burn for a while now, but we will be talking to him at the end of the run, so you'll see that. But now we're going to be heading over to the second entry in that log. We're going to be trying to find the witch in the woods. Her name is actually Kira Metz. We're going to be talking to her. We're heading this way in the forest. Hopefully have a good angle. Looks like we're good. Yep, we are good. Be heading inside and I'm going to be talking to her. I got trapped on some trees there. I'm going to do what's called an attack roll and just roll up the stairs. It's faster than just normally walking up. Because when you get on the stairs you can't run, you have to walk. So you'll see me do attack rolls in multiple points of the run just to speed up some walking sections. And you'll be seeing me doing some outside of a lot of signposts too. In fact, just there's like whenever you get out of a signpost, there's like a 3-second delay before you can start running, and by doing those attack rolls, it's actually faster. So, now we're gonna get rid of these last sets using Igni here. Pretty easy. Now after this cutscene, you're gonna be equipping some more skill points. So first, I'm gonna equip some armor here in my inventory. I'm going to be equipping one point into fast attack and one into cat school gear. So what cat school does, if every piece of light armor that we have, it'll increase our damage by 5%. And we have 4 pieces of light armor on, so it'll increase our damage by 20%. And we also equipped 1 point in the fast attack there. So fast attack is the main form of attack that we're going to use out through the run, because we can do a lot of damage in a very short period of time with the speed glitch here. That's why we use fast attack. Sometimes you'll see me use strong attack, and that's just only on certain enemies here. Sometimes strong attack is faster on certain enemies than fast. So you see on this golem coming up here, I'll be using strong attack instead of fast attack. I'll wait for the quest to update, then roll over here. There you go. Now we got the golem here. And I'm going to be using strong attack and not fast attack here, as it is faster. I'll wait for Kira to come over here. There we go. That's my boss fight. I'm gonna grab him this loot as well. And there we go. So that was the goal, and that was actually pretty quick compared to what I normally do. So if you're wondering why I'm grabbing some loot in certain places, so in about halfway through the run we have to get to a Skelligo. For that we need about 1,500 crowns, so that's about 1,000 for the boat ride and about 500 for some maps, which we'll talk about later on. So we're going to be grabbing some loot around here to sell later on, so we have a 1,500 for Skelligo. Yeah, 1,500 is the bare minimum, although 1,600 is about what you want, just to be safe. And I'm going to be closing these portals by Yurden here. You're not supposed to learn this this early on to the game, but you learn it at the very end of the game, and it can actually be used here, so it skips this whole auto-scroller section. It's very, very useful. So I'm going to be doing this for the next minute or two. Actually, my health should be fine, but I'm gonna take some bread here just in case. I don't want to die here by accident. We should be good in health though. We're gonna close this last portal as well. Alright, now we're done with that. And now we get to a little cutscene here, pretty easy. And now I'm going to do a quick meditation here, so don't blink. I'm going to meditate very quickly here. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's how you do quick meditation. It's actually not as difficult as it seems on stream. Just hit 5 keys in quick succession, and then I can do a quick meditation like that. You can try that. And no, world record is probably not going to be possible today. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think we'll get it. We might. We are in a good pace, so. But anyway, coming into the Net Hall fight here, pretty easy. Although, even though if you get him 0 HP in his first or second phase, you won't be able to kill him. That's how this fight is. So you might see me getting down to 0 HP, although we still have to do all 3 phases. This is a pretty easy fight as well. There you go. And I grab his loot there. And we're done with that. Alright, so after this cutscene here, we're gonna read a book about the Crones of Crookback Bog. So yeah, so now we're done with the Witch in the Woods. So we're done with that. I'm just gonna read the book right now. That's just to trigger the quests that we need to do. And we're gonna quote unquote clip through that wall there and not talk to Kira. Like this pretty much skips the cutscene. And yeah, now we're done with that. Now we're gonna be heading back over to the big tree here and just teleporting over to the swamp here to start the Crones section. Fortunately, I was in combat there, so my stamina didn't regen as fast as it normally would. That's okay. Not that big of a deal. We're gonna be teleporting over to Lindenvale. We were here earlier after we did I'm blanking on the name. After we did Wojtek, yeah, we discovered the signpost specifically here. It's the closest one to Crookback Bog here. Just me taking a specific angle through this forest to hopefully get over to the Crones here. There we go. We passed that tent there. That's a good sign that we're on the right path. And here we go. We're heading up the sill here. I'll be skipping these random encounters, so we don't need to fight these guys at all. Then now we're going to be heading over to the Tree Spirit. So we normally do the Crones first, and that's what the game intends you to do, but we're going to be doing the Tree Spirit first. That is slightly faster. We always want to do faster first. We're speedrunners, we gotta get this game done quick. Just running through here. We're heading up the hill on the right here, on the left, sorry. We'll be skipping this little werewolf fight here, which is very, very annoying, very time consuming, so we're just gonna skip that. We're heading under. This is the Tree Spirit right here. And there we go. Pretty easy fight here. And there we go. And we're done. Now I'm going to be heading over to the Crones in the swamp here. So I'm going to be looking at this tree here. This is a good reference point. If you're not careful, you can very easily get lost here in the swamp. So I try to have reference points wherever I go. Yep, so we're talking to the old lady here. So we're trying to gain information about the Crones here because they know where Siri might have gone. So unfortunately, the old lady there doesn't want us to talk to the kids. So if you remember that candy bar that we grabbed earlier in the the Baron's Castle, we used the candy bar there to bribe the kids to get the Gran away from the boy there, so we can find out where Johnny is. And we have to examine his footprints here. There we go. I have no idea where I'm going. Here we go. Oh, I'm lost. Okay. There. Again, very, very easy to get lost here if you don't know where you're going. Almost got lost there. Yep, so this is Johnny here. Unfortunately, his voice doesn't work. So we have to help him get his voice back. We just gotta clear those drowners out of the way. Now I'm gonna get his voice from the top of this nest up here. We gotta kill these harpies here. They're in our way. Get over here. Not gonna be able to grab the loot until I kill him. There we go. A little slow, but that's alright. Now I guess grab the stuff from the nest there. Try not to die on the way down. Perfect. There we go. Now we're gonna be heading over towards the village here. And of course I had to go the wrong way. There we go. And now we're done with that, and we're gonna head back over to the village and talk to the crones. So now this is the point in the game where we have to go kill the tree spirit, but we already killed the tree spirit, so this is where the bulk of the time save comes in. So we're gonna go over to Downwarren here, talk to the old man, and we're gonna tell him that we already killed the tree spirit. So instead of having to go all the way back over to the crones, he'll just teleport us all the way back to the village. And that's basically the time save. It's about 10-15 seconds. I do have to thank a viewer for pointing that out to me about 2 years ago. I don't remember his name, unfortunately, so I'm sorry, but it was one of my viewers who pointed that out. So now we're back in control of Siri. Just a pretty easy segment. Using a dash like this all the way to the end. And that's it for the crones. Now we're pretty much done with Velen here. I didn't mention it, but I find Velen to be the most inconsistent segment, as there's a lot that can go wrong. But now that we're done with that, so that's good. That's my highest reset point. I tend to reset in Velen a lot more than any other game world here. Now we're gonna be heading over to Novigrad here. We're gonna be talking to the mage here. Her name is Triss Marigold, so we're going to be talking to her in Novigrad here. I guess we'll be heading this way, as it is the fastest way to get over to Novigrad, since we don't have any signposts over there that we've discovered. We just have to swim across the bay and stuff like that. So I actually find Novigrad to be one of the most consistent segments in the run, compared to Velen, which is not. We're just running through this field here. We're going to cross over the water here and head right into Novigrad. Here we go. Yeah, so welcome to Novigrad. This is kind of like the big city of the game here. So we're going to try to find Triss Marigold here and do a couple quests for her to try and find some information about Ciri. We can skip this quest in here. It's basically like burning some witches at the stake. Because in Novigrad they don't want witches in Novigrad. So. And Triss unfortunately is a witch, so gotta be a little careful with her. So he has to be very careful to not get caught by these guys. I'm talking to the beggar here. Yep, so we're looking for Triss here. She's in the Putrid Grove, so we're just talking to this guy to find a way to get in. Then you might see me click through this door coming up, although it won't do anything. Oh, okay, I didn't click through the door. Sometimes the game will clip you'll clip through that door for no reason. Well, it won't do anything. It won't stay a camera net. So this is Triss right here, so say hi to Triss. We're gonna be doing stuff for her for the next 10 minutes or so. Yep, so we're gonna be grabbing this package in the water over here. First we have to go to the cellar here and fight this drowner. There we go, and we gotta move this brick here to open the passageway. And then we're going to be grabbing some more loot up here for Skellige in the water here. I'm going to be grabbing that package that he dropped. The quest. I'm gonna be talking back over to Triss here and talking to her. And you're hopping up here. There you go. Second try. Perfect. That just skips having to lose a very slow ladder. It's a little bit faster. Just minor optimizations like that. And then we gotta place the bait here. The hitboxes for the bait is very annoying. Okay, I got 2 of 2. Alright, we missed the last one. There we go. We got 2 out of 3 there. That last one is hard. And we got witch hunters that are gonna come attack us, so. Oh, I put away my sword like an idiot. There we go. Thankfully we can annihilate all of my ones here. There we go. Now we're gonna grab the loot here. Grab his loot. Go and open my inventory here. 26, 23, 25. So we're gonna equip that sword here, and that just gives us another extra damage boost there. Might as well use it. So there we go. So we're done with that. Now she just tells us to go talk to this person called the Dreamer to try and see what happened to Siri. So we're gonna find her in this house here. But unfortunately, there's a godling here that's sending her very bad dreams as a kind of like a little joke. We gotta get rid of her. We can do that. It's pretty easy. Alright, so we're gonna open this wall here. I'm gonna grab the loot here. It's not the loot I want. I want the doll on the table. I'm losing time here. There we go. But yeah, we have to open our inventory and read look at the photo there. We're gonna put the oven here. There we go, and I'm gonna head back into the cellar. We're opening this wall for a later use at the very end of the run here. I'm gonna be tapping over to the goblin here. There we go. Now we can go talk to the Dreamer, and then we're gonna head over to her hotel room in the. I'm blanking on the name. I think it's the Golden Surgeon, but I might be wrong. But yeah, she has a hotel room. We're gonna go talk to her over there. So I guess I'm gonna be running across town here. Again, I'm not the best at lore here, so if you want to know about lore, go talk to someone else, not me. I'm more about the aspects of this run. Yep, so I guess I'm gonna talk to the Jimmy here. Got a pretty long cutscene here. There we go. So we're done with that. So now we're gonna be heading over to the Rosemary and Thine and talk to Zoltan here. He's gonna help us find Ciri as well. We're gonna be heading over to a gate of Ironheart Shoe that we discovered when we first entered Novigrad. I'm gonna be heading in. We got a little fight that we gotta deal with, so try to be doing this optimally. But I was a little slow about that. Then we try to read this journal for the cutscene, and we did that. Like it saves us having to read it later on. It's faster to do it here. And we gotta talk to Zoltan here for the last time. Talk to him. There we go. So now we gotta look. We're looking for Dandelion, and you might not know who he is, but if you watch the Witcher Netflix series, his name in that series was Jaskier, which is his original name, but CD Projekt Red decided to change his name in the American release of The Witcher 3. So his name is Dandelion in this version of the game, but they're the same person. So we gotta go talk to his lovers because we're trying to look for him. We're gonna go talk to his lovers and try to find out what happened to him. Because we learned that Dandelion actually helped Ciri with some stuff later on in the game. I'll try to grab the sword here. Wait, what? Okay. I'm trying to grab the practice sword here, but can't. I might need to reload the game here. I think the game glitched out, unfortunately. Yep, I'm gonna reload the save here. I don't know what happened there. The game kind of glitched out there, and the sword kind of disappeared. We couldn't grab that sword. We'll try again. Never had that happen before, actually. So. So he's gonna be equip the speed glitch here. Try to attack, try to get my crossbow. This boy's kind of in the way here. There we go. Alright, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Alright, there we go. There we go. That's the intended strat. Just forget about that reload. It never happened. Now we gotta kill a Roosevelt Archer here. Pretty easy. She has 2 phases. We can finish her first one. Got her second phase here. Annihilate her like that. And that's it. So that's 1 down. We got a 3 more to go. Actually 2 more to go. Talking to Molly here. We gotta get over to the other side of the map and go to the Vengelberg estate here. So we're gonna do that. And actually, there is a horse race here that we're gonna skip because the horse races are very slow in this game. There's no point in doing them. They're all optional. So. Okay, we're gonna talk to Molly here. And we're gonna discover the signpost over here. We're gonna be doing this a couple times throughout the run. And now we're gonna be heading back over to the Gate of the Iron Rush, talking to one more person here. Hopefully I don't get the wrong dialogue here. I always been getting the wrong dialogue here. This one's important. Alright, there we go. So if you did the wrong dialogue there, you would actually have to pay the thugs to get away. That kind of eats into the crown that you need to have for skill to get away, so we try not to pay them. 1500 crowns, already a little bit tight with the loot that we get, so we're just gonna be a little careful there. And then now we're gonna go talk to Priscilla, another one of Dandelions obviously, so we're gonna actually have to meditate here to 11 PM. There we go. And this is a very famous song in the game, although we are gonna skip it because it is very slow, unfortunately. There we go. So we're done with that. We're gonna go talk to Dijkstra here, but while we do that, we're gonna equip some more skill points, just to have some more damage for fast attack here. We got a little fight here that we're gonna have to deal with. So we're gonna do that. Pretty easy. Try to have all these guys killed by the 45-second mark on the second timer. So let's see what happens here. There we go. First phase done. And all these guys. Easy. Perfect. And we got a long cutscene here too. Alright. So Dijkstra did give information on Horson, who also helped Siri out. Did some bad things to her. So, oh, did the wrong dialogue there, but yep. So yeah, but he also wants us to help him find his gold that someone stole from him. So we're gonna do that. We'll grab some more loot here if I can get through the door. There we go. We're gonna examine this piece on the ground here. And now we're done with that. We're gonna be heading back over to him and talking to him. See what we found and stuff like that. Alright. Alright, so now we're done. So now the Express tells us to find some guy came out Margrave Hankel. So we're gonna go do that. But before we do that, we're gonna go try and find a Horson Jr. here. We're gonna head over to his casino. Gotta find out what happened to him. Kill these guys here. They're in our way. There you go. I'm gonna equip a Thunderbolt here just for more damage. I'm gonna kill all these guys. There you go. There we go. Grab my sword out there so I can kill these guys. There we go. Not my fastest, that was still pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And now we're done with that, we're gonna head over to Hankel's house and find some more information about him. Alright, so I'll grab this flute here, so we can trigger the quest. We're gonna place the bottle back in this little holder here. There you go. Usually that's a little finicky, doesn't always work. Got it first try though. Position ourselves right here, so when we're done with this small cuts in here, we just head right into the next one. And then now we're coming up to Menge's little hideout here. So we meditated to 11 PM earlier, so now it's exactly 12 AM. So now we can head over to the fire here and not have to meditate for a Menge here. Go right into the cutscene. That's kind of why we meditate to 11 PM. Now this section here is basically this bunch of cutscenes here. Nothing special. So this is actually a spoiler alert. This is where Menge is killed in the game, and we'll be using that fact later on in the game. We'll abuse that. So now Menge is dead. So hooray! All right, I'm gonna be heading over here, and we're gonna be talking to Dijkstra once again. Actually going to be talking to him twice, because we're going to complete 2 quests at once here, because it is optimal to do that here. Yep, and we're done. And now we're going to be going over to talk to Vernon Roach. Yeah, there's a blank on the name there, but Vernon Roach, we're going to go talk to him. We got to go talk to him in a little cave there. It's actually a little quirk. If you run straight into the cave, you'll actually die. So we're not going to be doing that, because that's very, very slow. But it's a little funny when it happens. So I'm not going to run in the cave, I'm just going to do like that. We don't know why it does that. The game just like glitches out, and you just go on at full speed there, the game will just like kill you for no reason. So just gotta be a little careful when you go into that cave. Anyway, now we're going to be heading over to Vernon Roach by the bridge in Oxenford here. We're going to go meeting him up. So this is where we're going to find out where Horson Jr. is, where his hideout is. We're going to be infiltrating his hideout. So. Then we have a talk to that guy there. I'm blanking on his name again. Yeah, he told us where Horson is, so I guess I gotta go infiltrate his hideout. Got a little trick here we're gonna do. A little difficult to do, so we'll try to do it. Here we go. There we go. First try. Kill these guys over here. All of them. Another guy over here. Yeah, it should be. There we go. We're out of combat. I was playing it a little safe there because there are. You might have saw there's a wall there and there's 4 guys behind the wall. We're trying to try not to get them engaged with us because it's faster to not fight them. So I was able to get that. Save some time. Now we're coming into another series segment here. This one's pretty easy. Try to do some fast climbs up here. Alright, this one's a slow one. Yeah, this one's more of a fast one, and then this one. There, that was a very fast one. Perfect. Just to save that couple seconds there. Now I'm gonna be doing this and opening the window. Now this is Horseman Jr. Now we're gonna kill him. Quote unquote kill him. Not actually gonna kill him. There you go. We have to do one more hit on him. I had to 1 HP him, of course. You don't actually have to get him down to 0 health. Yeah, that actually wasn't that bad. So we're gonna skip the guys on the 2nd floor because we don't actually have to kill them. We are gonna kill the guys on the 1st floor. I'm gonna get behind the guy with the shield here. Alright, well, we'll deal with him later. This is actually not that good. Get over here. There we go. Oh. There we go. Alright, that was actually pretty bad. Yeah, normally I would actually save him there instead of killing him, but that's a relatively new strat, and unfortunately I don't know the exact. I was told there's not any differences in the game if you save him or kill him, other than a small time save, but apparently not. There's they have to do a whole different quest and stuff like that, and it's a little weird. I still don't know how to do it, so we're gonna do the old strat here. But it's about a 15-second time save if you do the new strat and save him instead of killing him. Anyway, now we're gonna be heading back over to Novigrad. We're gonna be writing a play. Alright. Making sure to select the correct title and the correct genre of the play there to avoid a fight at the very end of the play. Now we're talking to Irina here to discuss the specifics of the play, and she told us we have to go get some acrobatic people, and we gotta go get some ushers, so we're gonna do that. So we're forced to get the ushers, but we don't have to get the acrobats because that's just optional. And if it's optional, we're not gonna do it. So it's very slow. Now we're gonna go talk to him. We're gonna hire these guys to become ushers for us. Now we're gonna head back over and start the play. This is about another minute-long cutscene here to play and stuff like that. Be hopping over here. It's a little faster than going around. And now this is a very long cutscene just to get through the play. So what's happening here is they're trying to rescue Dandelion from the prison, because Dandelion has been put in he's been put in prison by Menge here. So trying to recruit a doppelganger here to try and act as Menge and order him to transfer over to Oxenford. And then while he transfers over to Oxenford, we're actually gonna raid his transfer and free him. So you'll see that coming up in the next minute or two. Alright. Now we're going to be heading back to the residence here, then we're going to be ambushing a dandelion to transfer it over to Oxenfurt, as I said earlier. Trying to free him. Here we go. Make sure I don't accidentally fall off the cliff there. That would be very, very bad. So now we're gonna find out. So actually, his horse and carriage actually ran off because the horse was scared. So we gotta go find out where they went. Thankfully, we do know where they went, and we just gotta go a specific route here to go to the hut where they actually are located. Pulling up here. House of these guys here. The key. Now I'm gonna head to the cellar here. If I can open the door. There we go. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That is the first death of the run, sadly. He's trying there to get onto the ladder there, but unfortunately the little hitbox for the ladder there is very, very finicky, and sometimes it just doesn't work, and I accidentally dropped down the pit there, and that's an instant death. We gotta redo the crossbow glitch here. Oh, that's not what I intended to do. Trying to get the speed back. There we go. If you're too close, this won't work, which is annoying. There we go. There we go. I should mention this is definitely not going to be a perfect run. As you can probably see. There we go. Commentating while doing a run is not very easy. I tend to do a lot better when I'm not commentating, but you know, this is a submission video, it doesn't have to be perfect. But anyway, we're coming into Siri segment here. Now we're in control of Siri here. As she escapes. I'm gonna skip the horse as we don't need it. There we go. There we are. And we're done. Got some cutscenes here, although I did have to take a little water break there. I'm gonna head back over to Novigrad and sell some stuff so we can get the 1500 crowns acquired for Skellige. I should not have tabbed over there. So as much of the stuff that we have here. There. We actually have 1700 crowns, which is plenty. More than enough to get over to Skellige. So we're gonna pay this guy here for a boat ride to Skellige here. Yeah, so I did say Novigrad was the most consistent segment, but I guess I was completely wrong. We just lost a good minute, or 2 minutes here at Novigrad. Nice. We got this little fight here, pretty easy. We're gonna try to kill all these guys at once, so let's get the cutscene a little bit faster than normal. There we go. That actually might my fastest right there. Yeah, if you kill all those guys, the cutscene actually triggers earlier than normal. So yeah. And I should mention Skellige is my favorite world in the game just because the music and the aesthetic is very, very nice. So, unfortunately, we'll only be here for about 10 minutes. And now this is the point of the run where this is where we have to make sure that we know how to count there. We have to buy the 1st and 5th map there, and we actually got to read them as well. And what that does, it actually unlocks some fast travel points for us on some other islands. So instead of having to use the boat to traverse the waters of Skellige to get over to those islands, we can just fast travel to the signpost that we discovered there. So it saves a lot of time overall. Yep, so we just talked over to Bram there. No, not Bram, we talked over to Croft there, so we're gonna go talk to him and go to the feast in the castle here. So, the old ruler of Skellige, Bram, actually died, so there was a little funeral for him there. So now there's a little feast in the Carotolda over here, so we're gonna go talk to Croft here and help him. Yeah, so this is the point where we talked to Yennefer again, so hi Yennefer. This is a foot race coming up here. We are going to skip that because it is also just as slow as a horse race. There we go. I'm actually going to equip some more skill points here. Perfect. Some more into a fast attack there, just so we do more damage. We're going to make our way down here to the Massey Broncos here in Ermin's laboratory. So the reason why we get the mask is yeah, we should be good here. There we go. Yeah, if we go too early there, the game will kind of soft lock because Yennefer's not there with us. We're actually going to focus on the bears here in this little fight room here. The bears are actually faster. They spawn at consistent intervals, and the wolves don't spawn at consistent intervals, so there we go. And we're done here. Neat little visual glitch here. Since Carol's animations are sped up, kind of even though he quote-unquote fainted, we can just get up and run around. Yep. Now we have access to Ermin's laboratory here, so going in. Gotta wait for Yennefer there to move, or else the game will soft lock. Wait for the quest to update, then place the mug in his hand there. We're using fast attacks here to do more damage. Alright, that was actually pretty good. And then we gotta wait here for another 30 seconds. We're supposed to try to find a way out of here, but that's actually not possible, so we just gotta wait. Straight in for space. Alright, there we go. Oh, and now we're talking to Croc here. Croc, I don't know how to say his name, unfortunately. I'm not a Skellige native. And there we go. We're done with the first part of Skellige here. Now we're gonna be heading over to the feast here, or not the feast. We're gonna be heading over to the forest here to use the mask here to try and find information about what happened to Siri and her partner, which her partner's name is Avalok. We don't know this at this point in the game. We learn that later on in the run. I'm gonna head over to their argument over here. I'm talking to them if I can. There we go. And while we're talking to Ermin here, Yennefer runs off and uses the mask without permission. So, I'm gonna kill these foggers here before they teleport away. There we go. Oh, very nice up Peter. He did an 100% run. Yeah, anyway, this section on the run is pretty much an auto-scroller, so we're gonna try to speed it up in some points, but far not, so nothing special here, unfortunately. Come on, Yennefer, hurry up. You're very, very slow. I'm gonna get Yennefer to run over here to the last portal over here. Come on. There we are. Hopefully she says her line. There we go. After this cutscene, we got a little visual glitch here. I'll try to show off. So we just tap it right in here. Let's see if I can get this a little glitch here. We should be good. So say goodbye to Geralt's legs. Just get crushed like that. Let's move out of the way so the log can be placed. Now this is another important part of the run. There's going to be an important skip coming up in about a minute. I hope I'll be able to get it. Last time, unfortunately, I did not get it. Although, again, there's backups for all these tricks, which is good. I'm gonna try to not fall into the wolf pen here, as I have done so in the past. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be hopping up like this. Unfortunately, I missed the first try. We'll go for a backup here. There we go. Well, what that does is basically just skips an invisible wall there and allows us to skip basically the whole garden section over here. So it saves a lot of time. I'm gonna go inspect Kraven's body here. I didn't get it first try, but I did get a second try, so that's pretty good. Still saves a lot of time. Now this is a very long series segment here. Nothing very special here. Just gonna be doing a couple tasks with 3 here, and we got a fight coming up, and I'll talk about that when we get to that. But for the first section here, we just got cutscenes.
あの仮面をした人、遠くから来たんでしょ？そう。とても遠いところよ。で、どこなの？詮索好きね。生まれてからずっとこんな魚ばっかりの水たまりに住んでるのよ。あんたみたいに。さーて、じゃその後。行きましょう。
Alright. Now we're done with the sauna here. Now we're coming up to the fight here. So we actually gotta kill 5 enemies to proceed in this fight. So we're gonna do that. And we got a little horse escape there that we gotta do. It's required, not optional, so we can't skip it. It's pretty easy though. So we gotta kill 5 enemies here. Pretty easy. Get over here. 2. That's this guy, that'll be 3. That's 3. That's gonna be 4. Alright. Any good hit, but that's not that big of a deal. Oh, alright, I got hit again. Not a big deal. There we go. Okay, we're not gonna dash into the cutscene here just to make sure I don't soft lock the game by accident. Now we got this little horse escape here. This is not a horse race. Okay, we got the horse race coming up, but this is not the horse race yet. Just, again, we're just gonna be taking the most optimal path. Should be pretty obvious. Try not to get hit here. Alright, unfortunately I got hit, but I did not slow down, so that's good. I do want to get hit by this guy up here. Alright, okay, he missed. Not a big deal. Let's regen some stamina here. We gotta regen about halfway, just so we can get to the end. There we go. Should be good now. And now this is, yeah, it's kind of we'll be back here at the very end of the run just for some boss fights and stuff like that, but right now we're not going to come back here. I'm going to head back over to Valen and go talk to Baron again to finish off his quest line. I can actually select it, there we go. Now, playing on this old version of the game, there are perks and there are bad stuff. The perk is you have the speed glitch, yeah, it shaves it all an hour off of the run, but the bad things are the inventory system is a lot different than what it is now in the current patch of the game, and there's a lot of glitches that got patched out later on that exist in this version, so you gotta pay attention to that, and you have to kind of deal with that. It's a little bit annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So there we go. So the signposts in this game, especially on the map screen, are very annoying. They're very finicky. They don't always work when you click them, as you saw there. Trying to click Valen on the map there, and it just went back to Skellige. It's a little finicky, so it's something you have to deal with. So now coming up to the horse race here, the only horse race that we have to do. And then we got the biggest part of RNG in the run coming up right after that. Two important events in this run. I want to do that right now. But it should be pretty obvious that we are going to take the most optimal path here, get to the end as fast as possible. Okay, that was weird. Uh-oh. That actually might not be that good. The game actually kind of took control of Siri there, and actually the game actually kind of took control of Siri there and turned the horse around. So I don't know if that's gonna affect anything, but it looks like it's not. Okay, it looks like it won't affect anything. All right, moving on. We got this Balisk here. So there's a 1 in 8 chance that it does not fly up, and if it doesn't fly up, that's good. That's good RNG. So hopefully it doesn't fly up. Unfortunately, it did fly up, so I gotta reload the save here. This is where the time waste comes in. It's about a 30-second time waste here to get to reload the save. And every time after reload the save, the abilities will always be on the ground, so you don't have to wait for him to come down. Tend to get good RNG here a lot, but not all the time. There we go. Now I can just kill it. Oh no. There we go. That's pretty much it for this split here. We're going to be heading over to Kaer Morhen now. Another one of my favorite worlds in the game. So my top 3 are definitely Skellige is my favorite, and I can't decide between Tulisant, which is the Blood and Wine DLC, or Kaer Morhen. They both have amazing visuals, they both have good music. So I don't know which one's better. We have to take a required visit to the Emperor here, unfortunately. So what we're going to do in Kaer Morhen is going to be doing a couple of tasks for Yennefer, Lambert, and Eskel. Yennefer, you already know her, and we got Lambert and Eskel, who are also fellow Witchers, but we have to do some tasks for them before we can continue on with the game, so we're going to be doing that. So first we're going to be doing Eskel's task, as it is, I would say the easiest. It's also like on the way, so. So Eskel's trying to hunt a forktail here, so we're going to be doing that with him. And I'm going to be killing the forktail as well. Pretty much stun lock him like that, and not give him a chance to attack. And I guess they're chasing him up into the hills here. Now we gotta wait for him to go into his little cave here. Gotta position ourselves to stay outside. If we go in the cave, the game will kind of glitch out and not have the forktail spawn there, so we gotta wait outside the cave. So we're gonna wait. There we go. I'm gonna head into the cave and kill the forktail. And there we go. That's pretty much Eskel's quest done. We're just gonna head back over to the keep and start with Lambert's quest next. We got another horse race here, by the way. We're also gonna skip that. Horse races are very, very slow in this game. There's no point in doing them. I'm just gonna run all the way over to the keep now. And again, we'll be taking the most optimal route to get to the keep here. See, this is the fastest way to get over. Oh, okay, there we go. That jump shouldn't give us a problem, but it did apparently, so. Now we'll start Lambert's quest here and type to him. We're also going to start Yennefer's quest at the same time. So this is another part in the game where routing is not linear. You can do whatever quest in whatever order you want. Obviously, we're going to be doing the most efficient route here. So we're going to get Yennefer mad here and teleport us down to the water here. So we don't have to walk. We don't have to crawl down the mountainside like we used to. That's very, very risky. Most of the time we would die. So there we go. We got some over-leveled enemies here. They're pretty easy to deal with, thankfully. There you go. And we got this guy, this water hag, is very, very, very over-leveled. So we're a little careful, but thankfully we can pretty much finish it off in one hit. Now, normally we would take the boat ride there, but it is actually faster to just swim across the lake without taking the boat, so we're going to be doing that. Alright, now we're done with that. And now we get to run through the cave here. First thing is we're going to try to hop on top of a rock before a cutscene, please. There we go. We can skip a little cutscene there about Geralt climbing out on top of the rocks there. So it is faster. Get up here, there we go. Ooh, I almost fell off there. Ooh, I tried to do a little skip there to use the rock there to try and skip having to climb up the second rock there, but unfortunately I didn't get it. Not a big deal, just a matter of optimization. to kind of extinguish that. Of course I had to. Just wasting a lot of time here. There we go. You have to be careful there, not falling off the edge of the cliff, because you will die. Alright. Now we're gonna finish off Kara Warden with Yennefer's quest here. We gotta apologize to her and stuff like that for getting her mad. So she's trying to have a phone call with one of her friends here to gain information about Siri, but there's a disturbance or something preventing her from doing that, so we gotta find that with the Protesca Quizador there. Pretty sure I said that wrong, but there we go. It's pretty easy. Yeah, the first quest is the easiest of the three. Lambert's is the hardest. Nesco's the smack in the middle. The right dialogue there, so it'll automatically teleport us back up, or back down, sorry. Save a couple seconds by doing that. And then for the next minute, it's pretty much just cutscenes. We got a short segment of gameplay, but the only thing we're doing there is just like brewing a potion. Grabbing the ingredients here. I'm gonna be opening the potion menu. Yeah, my mic's kind of blocking my keyboard here. It's hard to see. Got the Yennefer there. Perfect. This is a good time for a little break here. Alright, and we are pretty much done. Nice. Yep, so that's Avlok. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Actually, wrong dialogue, wrong thing there. Put my sword here. Make sure to equip the sword with the most damage there. Going down here. The most optimal route there. So again, we talked about Avlok a little bit earlier. He's the guy who's been helping out Ciri get away from the Wild Hunt or trying to chase her. So now we found out where he is, and we're gonna talk to him and try to. Now we know where Ciri is basically, so we're gonna go find her. Alright, little glitch here. We're gonna equip our sword here. And we're gonna sit down in the boat, and that actually speeds up the boat by a good 25%, so it makes it a little bit faster. We have to ride the boat all the way over to the Isle of Mist here. This one's actually not that bad. For a submission video, this runs pretty good, actually. My goal is to get a sub 210. That's a very good time. Yep, we basically got some pop-ups here that tells us we should save the game, and when we go to the Isle of Mist, it'll invalidate some quests and stuff like that. Pretty much should ignore them. Spam right through. And now we're gonna get off the boat here, equip the speed glitch again, and we're just gonna swim because we don't need the boat anymore. Yeah, the reason why we have to use the boat for get to the Isle of Mist is because you can try swimming over there to the cutscene trigger, but unfortunately, the cutscene there will not trigger unless you are in a boat. So we have to use a boat there. It's kind of annoying. It's very slow because normally we'd probably just swim over there, but that's something we have to deal with. I'm gonna go a little different way here. I'm gonna go. So we have to go find 3 dwarves here to get access to Siri. So we're gonna do that. Oh, that's not good. Gotta fight this guy. I might die here. Not chasing us? No, he's not. Okay. Oh, he is. Nice. Wow. Alright, we'll come back to him. Normally you should be able to just run right through him and inspect the body that's laying on the ground there without getting into combat, but I guess not, so... We'll come back to the guy, because there's a guy that we have to inspect. We'll do that later. There we go. Yes, we gotta find 3 dwarves here. First one is already dead by the fiend there. Unfortunately, we're not able to inspect the body because we got in combat. Not a big deal. Second one was right there. He was on top of the rocks there, but he fell, so he died as well. And then we got a Gaspard here, which is very. He's a narcoleptic. He's very slow. So. There we are. I'm actually gonna kill these guys that spawn here. Okay, there we go. Okay, Gaspard, come back over here. Let's go. You're very slow, man. He's gonna fall asleep twice here, and when he falls asleep the second time, I'm actually just gonna go find a Fendrick along the coast. That's a good time to do that. Again, normally you would do that before, but the fiend kind of got in the way there, so I couldn't do that. Not a big deal. It's a little time waste, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. All right, let's go, Gaspard. Hurry up. Move very slowly just so he can follow. And should fall asleep somewhere around here. Because I'm just gonna head over to the to Fendrick along the coast. There we go. Perfect. Obviously that's not the most optimal thing to do, but it works. There you go, I guess I'll wake him up like that. There we go. Oh, we didn't waste too much time there. Let me just bring him to the hut, and we're done. Wow, I'm actually surprised. I actually didn't waste so much time. Surprised. Only wasted 6 seconds. Wow, okay, that might actually be more optimal than what I did before. Then here the game likes to troll me and takes the crossbow out of my inventory. Because it knows I'm abusing the system here, but we can just re-equip it and continue on. Anyway, we're going to be heading up here. This is the Battle of Kaer Morhen. It's pretty easy, although there are some parts that could be a little difficult. I'd go talk to everyone in the meeting here. Would repair the wall and clear your armory here. Or no, We're gonna get potions and clear the armory here. Just so we get a very nice sword here that we can use for pretty much the rest of the run. So we equip that. Perfect. So yeah, so now that Siri teleported away from the Isle of Mist, the Wild Hunt knows that Siri is now in care of him, so... I didn't mean Siri on my phone, unfortunately, but Siri on my phone just came up. Yeah, 3 for 3. Maybe I should disable Hey Siri on my phone. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, so Siri's supposed to actually stay in the keep here because that's who we're trying to protect, but she decides to not do that. So we get to control her and not die. We actually don't have to kill the Hans on the bridge at all. We just have to kill the ones in the portal. We're gonna hop off Orochi and re-equip our Speak with you with the bomb. Now this is another point in the run. This is a good incentive, is you can save or kill Lambert here. We're going to be killing Lambert as it is a lot faster, but another good incentive idea if you get into that. Lambert's kind of annoying anyway, so he's been pretty mean to us in the last like 10 minutes, so we're not going to do him. Alright, there we are. Now we're gonna get control of Siri again. Killed all those guys there, then we gotta kill the guys down here. Now we're gonna open the gate for them. So we'll get her out in front, come back into the keep. Now we're in control of Geralt. This is the last switch here. I'm gonna close these portals up here. We're gonna equip Yurden. I'm gonna use 2 bombs on the portals here and then use 1 Yurden. I did get hit there, unfortunately. There we go. There we go. That's 1 portal. Oh, that was a little short. That is my fault. I'm just gonna wait for a setup of the regen here. I was a little short with that bomb there, unfortunately. So we learn here that Vesemir actually dies. We don't get to see it because we're going so fast. You can skip all the cutscenes. So. Okay, so we're moving on here. I'll talk about this later, but we're gonna do the end. We're gonna do the ending choice here. Again, I'll talk about this later. So this is the first point in the run where we have the dialogue choice that we make. It actually decides what ending that we get. Now, Geralt wants to go see the Emperor, but instead we're going to go to Bald Mountain and kill the first general of the Wild Hunt to get the ending already. So we're going to do that now. Bald Mountain's actually not that difficult, although it is very, very optimized, so you gotta be a little careful here. We're actually gonna attack her up the stairs here, because we can't run, even though we're so far away from Siri. Yep, so we're gonna see the Crones here. We're also gonna see Imrith here. So we're gonna kill both of them. But first, we actually have to get up to the top of Bald Mountain. So Ciri is allowed to go up by herself, but we need to accompany her. So we're gonna grab this little coin here in the water here and not die. There we go. And now we're gonna grab the coin, so I'm gonna head back up and give it back to the old lady. There's a fiend on our left here. We're not gonna fight him because there's no point. Head back up here. Talk to the lady in the hut. We're actually gonna put 2 more skill points there to increase our fast attack damage, as we're gonna be using that to kill Fugas coming up. That's his name. So we're just following her up here. She's gonna open the door for us, and we're gonna start with Fugas here. He is very, very over leveled, and unfortunately, if you're not careful, he will kill you in about 2 hits, so you gotta be careful. We're gonna do some strats here to not die in 2 hits and to kill him very, very fast. So this is a very risky fight. So if I die here, yeah, anything happens. Not much we can do here. I will try to play it safe as I do every run. Dying here is not fun. There we go. Didn't even get hit. He did break my cleanse shield, but that's the reason why I use a cleanse shield there, just to absorb another hit. And I've been known to clip a ledge here when I fall down this well, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh, okay, that was a little close. If you're not careful there, if you go too fast, you will clip a ledge on the side there and die. That's fun because the loading screens in Valorant are very, very, very long. Now we're gonna fight the Crones here with Siri. Pretty easy fight. You just gotta watch your health, that's all. We're actually gonna be going for the Whispers and the Reavers here, because those are the 2 that can teleport. The Brewers cannot teleport. If we can't fight either, we'll go for the Brewers. Yeah, Reavers and Whispers are the 2 main people I'm trying to kill here. Okay, I'm gonna go behind them to try to do more crits. In this game, if you hit an enemy from behind, you have a higher chance of doing a crit. So yeah, I'm gonna watch my health here. Got 1. There we go. We got 2. Gonna finish her off. There we go. Ooh, pretty good. And then now we're in control Geralt. We're gonna kill Emerith at the top of the mountain here. Okay, pretty easy fight. I thought we're gonna try to skip. We're gonna try to skip the 2nd and 3rd phase here. I guess spam attacking him. I got hit, unfortunately. All right, we're good. All right, pretty good fight. I only lost 1.2 seconds there. So yeah, that was a good bald mountain. That was a good bald mountain in my book. So that segment is very, very optimized. If you even get hit too many times and you die, that's not good. Yep. So this is another part in the game where it's not linear. You can do whatever quest in whatever order. So again, we're gonna be doing the most optimal. So there's 4 quests, 4 characters. We have Havelock here. We have Triss. We have Yennefer, and we have Ciri. So we're going to be starting with Havelock's quest, as it is the longest, in my opinion. So that wall that we broke earlier in this house, it's useful right here. We can just go right through. That's why we used it earlier. We used art earlier to break that wall. Now we're just traveling to a couple worlds. We're going to find Gels, which is the 2nd leader of the Wild Hunt, and we're going to try to convince him to switch sides. So we gotta go through a couple of these worlds until we find him. Here we can just, as you saw, we just use a crossbow and just get ahead of Havelock here. Just teleport him down to the bottom here. And we gotta kill these giant sand crabs here. Alright, girl, put the sword away there. Yep, so now we got lost from Avalok. We're in a different world. Avalok's not here. So. Okay, I lost a little bit of health there. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll see, I might die here though. I'm gonna go for a little risky skip here. I can get there. Uh-oh, I might die here. Yeah. I'm gonna die. Yep. I would have had more health there and not die there. That is a little bit of a risky skip that I shouldn't be going for it in a practice run, but you know, I'm going for it. We'll go for it again. Why not? Ooh, okay. That was a little risky too. That was not intentional, by the way. I guess accidentally fell off the map. Okay, I'm gonna go for it again. There we go. First try. That's how it's supposed to go. Now we're gonna do an unintentional strat here. We're gonna be going all the way around and be skipping this whole world here. Since we go so fast and we have enough health, we can just go all the way around. Now we're gonna wait for the portal to open here. And now we're gonna head over to the Moon Palace. Now this is goes here, we're gonna convince him to switch sides. And he will switch sides, so that's good. Now we just got a very long loading screen here coming back in Novigrad, and now we're pretty much done with Avalok. We're gonna be doing series segment here. So we will re-equip the speed glitch here and actually got a split. There we go. Almost forgot to do that. That'd be bad. Now run ahead of her, wait till she spawns over here. After her. And even though we opened the door earlier, the game still pushes us back, and we have to go do this again. Yep, so this is a Duda here. He's kind of a like Horseman Junior here. So yeah, I'm actually going the right way. Okay, cool. Got a little bit confused there. I'm just gonna go skip right past Stewie, go to the signpost here, and then just teleport down here, as it is a lot faster than just following her. Very good. Now we're gonna talk to Siri in the hut here. The golden sturgeon here. So yeah, so basically we have to talk to 3 people here with Siri. This is the second one. We're gonna do the third one next. But before we do that, we're actually gonna start Yennefer's quest here because it happens to be on the way. So why don't we do that? Clever routing here. We're gonna chase this guy and chase him down. Oh, okay. Kind of got trapped a little bit there, but that's okay. We still managed to get him in a pretty good time. Oh, and anyone for watching live, I'm sorry, I'm having a couple frame drops. I apologize. DDC is not running up at full speed today. I'm sorry. Anyway. Coming up to this section here. This circus section here. So we're gonna skip a horse race right there. Then there's another side quest here. They want us to steal horses from the stable, but that side quest is not required, so we're gonna skip that. So we have to fight this guy. Okay, we can just annihilate him, like that. Now we're done with Siri. Alright, we're gonna do some stuff for Yennefer's quest, and then we're gonna do Trace's quest. I'm gonna talk to Zoltan out here. He can spawn either outside or inside. I prefer him to spawn outside, but there's really no time difference. It spawns inside. See, there we go. He spawned outside today. So he's just gonna tell us he's gonna get the guards drunk in the prison for Yennefer's segment up here. But now we're done with that. We're gonna do a Trace's segment. We're basically going back over to Dietz's bathhouse, and then we're gonna help build the Ironheart here because we need her for the end of the game. So we're gonna try to help her. Here we go. Alright, so we actually don't have to fight the guards on this first floor here. We do have to fight the guards in the sewers, so we'll do that. Try to get the guy with the shield here. Which I not able to do that. This guy with the shield is very annoying. I need to get over here so I can get behind him. I try to take care of the guy with the shield first, but unfortunately he's a little finicky sometimes and it doesn't work. So the game actually gives us the wrong sword here, so we actually have to switch swords here. Pretty easy though. He's annihilated. We are on fire, but it's alright. I'm gonna make this jump when we get out of combat. There we go. Perfect. That's the end of the segment. Perfect. That's what we're gonna be doing a Yennefer's offer here. There we go. And we're gonna be finishing off the final preparations with Yennefer here. We gotta rescue someone from a prison. It's not difficult, it's just long and time consuming, so we'll do that. Perfect. So we gotta fight this water hag here. I just put my sword away like an idiot. Gotta fight some more drowners here. Grab this lever. There we go. So far so good. The lever back on this one. Here we go. Quest updates there so we don't actually get stuck. There we go. We gotta fight some prison guards here, so we're gonna have our sword ready. Try to kill these guards in here. There we go. By killing the guards in there, we don't have to deal with them later. We can just go right through like this. I'll go around to not get the guards alerted. Gonna kill the warden here. The keys. There we go. Now we can get the guards alerted because it doesn't really matter. Drop down here. Remember, play it safe and not drop down these stairs here because usually won't die, but it can die here. So there you go. This navigating around here is very, very difficult, especially if you're trying to do it optimally because you're going so fast. So. Be a little careful, especially going through doorways is hard. Now we can just get the guards loaded, it doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, I head out here, tap this old and we'll be done. There we go. Niggas brings us back over to Novigrad. Sleep. Now it's a good time to talk about the ending choice here. So there's four parts in the run where it's 4 dialogue choices where you can choose the ending. So if you have 2 or more positive choices, you'll always get the good ending. If you have 3 or more negative choices in those 4 dialogues, you'll get the negative ending. So that is a very good incentive. And for today, I'll be doing the bad ending because it is actually faster than the good ending. That's also it's a very good incentive to do if you're doing a marathon run. And that's it from Novgorod. Now we're gonna be staying in Skellige for the rest of the run. And we can't just go straight to the final boss. We have a couple tasks to do, and we'll talk about that. So actually, for the again on the endings, the first ending was at the end of the Battle of Cairnwarren. We had the option to play a snowball fight with Ciri or just talk to her. We just talked to her, which was the bad ending. And then on that meeting there, after we finished the prison break, that meeting there, we did the good ending there. Where we made a positive choice there, I should say. So we have one negative and one positive. And then coming up here, the next dialogue, I'll talk about that when we get to it. But that'll be the deciding factor. I'm actually going to meditate here because there's a little fight here. And these guys do a lot of damage, so I don't want to die. So I'm hoping the NPCs will actually help. They usually do, but not that much. Shoot them. All of them, there's one up here. That's the last one. There we go. Yep, so again, we have one negative, we have one bad choice, one good choice, so the next choice that we make on the dialogue will be the one that decides what ending that we get. I have it set up specifically like that, so you have a lot of time to decide the big war. Because the time where the big war closes only closes about 5 minutes before the end of the run, so. Yep, so. And I should mention there's actually 3 main endings, but we're excluding the Ciri becomes the Witcher. Sorry, the Ciri becomes Empress ending. Because there are other requirements. There's a bunch of other side quests that you have to complete, and it's not marathon viable, so we're not going to be doing that ending. You have Ciri becomes Witcher or Ciri dies, and again, Ciri dies is the fastest ending. So normally in world record attempts, we'll be doing the Ciri dies ending, because it is a lot faster. So we just talked to a bunch of guys there. Now we're going to be going over to the Sunstone here. Normally we'd be doing the laboratory first, but we're going to be doing the Sunstone first, as it is more optimal in this category. So we would normally use a boat, but we're going to just want to swim over there because it's a lot faster to swim than using a boat. Yep, and over here. And we gotta do some stuff with Philippa here. Grab this loot, because why not? Gotta wait for the store to open anyway. There we go. Gotta kill this siren here in this cave. We're gonna be using a crossbow for that. There we go. We're killing these drowners here so I don't annoy Philippa. If we don't kill the drowners, Philippa won't spawn her bridge here, and then the quest won't update. I'm actually gonna meditate here because there's a pretty strong enemy here that I have to deal with. Okay, game glitched out there. I'm not able to attack that guy. There we go. All good. Okay, now he's dead. Grab the sword out here. That's the reason why we kill him. The sword does a lot more damage than the sword that we have now. If I can get out of my inventory, there we go. And we're gonna continue on. So coming up here, we have to move 3 mirrors into position. We actually have to move all 3 mirrors, so we're gonna be doing that. Pretty easy though. It's a little finicky. The mirrors are a little finicky, so we're gonna try to be a little careful when we put them. There we go. That's 1. There are enemies here that can be annoying, but we're gonna skip them as well. The second one's right here. Got that one. And third one. Ooh, that's a lot better than it was last time. Last time on my world record attempt run, I lost a lot of time here. Thankfully today I didn't lose as much time here. So now we're done with this. We're going to be heading over to Avlok's Laboratory, and that's the deciding factor on the end of the run. Oh yeah, some sort of stuff is going to be tough to run against. It's a very, very, very optimized segment. Anyway, we're going to come up to this guy here. We've got to kill this golem to enter Avlok's Laboratory. We're going to do that. There we go. That's an easy. Pretty quick there. Now, coming into Avlok's Laboratory here. Yep, so this next dialogue is the deciding factor here. If you do 1111, which I'm going to do here, Ciri's going to die. And if I do 1112 instead, Ciri's going to live and become a Witcher. And that's the choice that determines our ending here. That's the third choice actually. So, and we're actually not. Normally, this is another choice to determine the ending. You can go visit Scale's grave or not, and we're not going to do that. It's very, very slow. So. If you're keeping track, we're doing the bad ending, so we've had 3 negative choices. So that was Kara Morhen, Scale's Grave, which we just did, and then we also did we also got did 1111 in that Avlok's Laboratory. So those 3 negative choices. If you wanted to get the good ending, you'd say you would get a good positive choice in Avlok's Laboratory. That would be 2 positive choices. So that would be to get the good ending. So yeah, so today again we're doing the bad ending because it's a lot faster. Why not? So now we're coming into the final boss fight here. So we have to use Ciri here to get over to the final boss. She likes to lock on enemies here. It's kind of very, very annoying. So try to avoid that as much as possible. Kind of in one phase there. Oh, he teleported away from him. It can be very annoying. You could teleport or not teleport. Alright, I got hit for some reason, so there we go. Sometimes he will teleport away, sometimes he won't teleport away. It just depends. Depends on how good of RNG you get. But anyway, that was the final boss. And we got these little escape sequence here. Alright, doing well here. Perfect. Now we got the final boss here. We're gonna try to get him down to 0 health here. His first phase to try to skip his second phase completely. It's a lot easier than, it's a lot harder than it looks actually, and we were not able to do that. So we're gonna have to fight him in his second phase here. I could die here easily, so I'm gonna be a little careful and not die here. There we go. And he's out of his second phase now. We're gonna wait for the quest to update before going into the portal. Once the game was soft locked. There we go. We're just gonna finish him off like that. And we got a longer escape sequence here. we're supposed to wait for Yennefer. We're not going to do that because that's very, very, very slow. We already know where to go anyway, so taking the most optimal route here. I'm actually going to go up this rock right here to make sure the game saves. If the game doesn't save there, the game will soft lock when you get up to the very end here. So gotta make sure the game saves there. So in the very snow section here, we're running right through it because we have enough health anyway. We go so fast we don't have to hide in these caves and regen health. So we'll go right through. There we go. Yeah, so we got some dialogue here with Avlok. Many people think that this decides the ending, but it actually doesn't. So do whatever you want here, and the ending won't change. Yep. So there we go. And now we're coming up to the bad ending. So we just gotta wait for this long loading screen here to go back to Velen. So we are going to re-equip the speed glitch here. I'm going to go out of my way. There's a werewolf here to my left. I'm going to go out of my way to avoid him, as it is very, very slow. Now we're going to head back into the Crone's village here and fight the final boss. Since we're doing the bad ending, we have another boss that we have to fight. If we did the good ending, we wouldn't have to fight this boss, but it's still faster. There we go. Time is when the cutscene fades in. So we just gotta wait. Come on, get over here. I guess we have to wait for it to teleport again. And time. So 2:06:33 is actually a very good time. That was actually faster than my last PB. My last PB was a 2:07. That's a 2:06. Because there are a lot of new strats found. But that's very good for a marathon run. So even though I made some mistakes. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the showcase here. And yeah, again, a reminder that today is September 19th, 2020, so some strats you saw in this run might be a little bit different in the future, but yeah, other than that, that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to participating in your marathon. So I'll call it off for today. Thank you.